let's say that we want to have the ability of specifying a cat without passing the age, right? So if a cat is born, then the age surely should be 0, and we don't want the user to say 0, for example. So let's go back to cat class in here, and we can have a second constructor, or actually a third constructor in here, and we can basically remove age from the parameter. And now have a look. This .age in here, we can set the default value to 0. Now it means, so in here, let's say that we have a third cat in here. So I want to actually say south. So we have some spaces in between. So just like that. And let's just take this cat, and here, let's just name this as Jupiter. I don't even know cats' names, to be honest. So Jupiter. And here, let's just basically get rid of the name because that is already given to us. And I'm not going to meow at this time. And I'm going to say Jupiter.getName. And also, let's get the age. So get and then age. If I run this, you can see that we have Jupiter and 0, right? So we created our new cat, but I didn't pass the actual age because now it's using a constructor with one argument, which is, or one parameter, which is this one right here that we defined. And basically the default age is 0. I can say -1, and you'll see that if I use this constructor, the age will always be -1. But we also have the ability of choosing whether we want to pass the age from the get-go. So here, if I say age is 20, for example, now I'm using this main constructor in here that takes all attributes and passes it to the corresponding properties, right? So here, if I run this, this now should be 20. So Jupiter and 20. So having multiple constructors sometimes is really helpful, and there are times where you kind of want to have multiple ways of initializing your objects. So in fact, let me show you. So here, let me just basically get rid of this. So I just want to use the constructor that takes just the name. But for example, if I search for the class string, let's have a look at the string class. And right here, let's scroll all the way to the top. So have a look. We have the import statement. And this is the class, public final class string. And here, so we have the basically properties. So byte the value, so on and so forth. And at some point, we start to see constructors. Have a look. Public and then string. So this is the constructor. And have a look. It actually sends the default value to empty and the coder as well. Next, we have a second constructor that basically allows you to pass the original. And you've seen this one. If I scroll down, we have another constructor that allows us to pass the char value. If I scroll down, we have another constructor. So the reason why it's a constructor is because public and then string. So string is the name of the class. And this constructor takes the char value, offset, and the count. And that is it. So hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions on multiple constructors, please do let me know. Otherwise, let's move on.